I was going to film a video teaching you guys how to set boundaries in like a polite way, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. By the end of this video, you are going to know like my method of communicating my boundaries. You guys are going to understand how fast I am to cut people off. And if you listen to what I say and you follow with what I actually do, you're going to start noticing that your life is going to get significantly better because you're going to start cutting people out of your life way faster than you used to. Like if somebody does something to you and you make a boundary and they do it again, you're like, they're done. I used to be like a big people pleaser, like back when I was younger. So I'm 30 years old now in a wheelchair, and I'm sitting here telling you that as a man, I was a people pleaser. I used to be that guy, especially when it came to women, that because I was raised by a woman, so I was raised to act more like feminine. If I said something to a girl, or I did something to a girl, or she did something and I didn't like it or she didn't like it, and it caused a problem, I would always like apologize and like, oh, I'm so sorry I did this. I didn't mean to offend you or upset you, blah, blah, blah. I would always make it like, yes, like I did something that I wanted to do, or you did something I didn't like, but I would always act like it was my fault. I was so bad at setting boundaries with people. And I started noticing the older I got, I'm like, Jesus, dude, why do I have such a hard time getting what I want in life? And I started connecting the dots. And that's because I would always put somebody else's wants and needs over mine. And so many people struggle with this. So many people. I was one of them. And look, I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I can do it now. I teach people, I help people get what they want in life, but I had to learn this. And when you've been so used to doing something for decades, it's always going to be uncomfortable to make changes. But you got to have the balls or the boobs if you're a girl to be able to do it, man. So, okay. When I started watching content about like I started studying. I was going through a breakup and I was learning all this stuff, and I got to a point where I was like, I'm so fucking tired of getting my heart broken. I was like, why is it that I did so much for this girl, so much for all of these girls, and yet I just keep getting broken up with? Why? And then I was like, and I started studying people like Corey Wayne, Coach Kyle, Alpha Male Strategies, Myron Gaines. We've got FitX Fearless. We've got people like Rollo Tomasi. Like Wes Anton. I started studying like male and female dynamics and dating. But some of these coaches, like Corey Wayne, for example, a lot of what they were teaching me was like how to get what I want. I want sex and romance. This girl now wants to just be friends or break up with me, and I don't want that. I used to like beg. If a girl friend zoned me, I used to agree. I'm getting in her frame, giving her what she wants, but I'm not getting what I want. And that would apply to anything. If my friends I wanted to go here, but my friends wanted to go somewhere else. If I wanted to, let's say, go to this place because I've never been, but my girlfriend was like, no, I don't want to go to that. I want to go here. And then I would go to that place instead of going to where I wanted to go. If, even like with my mom, there was a time where like my mom came over to my house one day without letting me know. And I was working and she called me and I was like, hello. She's like, hey, I'm outside. Let me in. I'm like, what? I'm like, Mom, I'm working right now. And then she was like, oh, well, I mean, like, she's like, I'll just leave if you want. I'm like, no, I'll let you in because like you drove here. I was like, but next time I was like, I'm not going to let you in if you do that. I'm like, I'm working right now. I'm busy. I need to know you're on the way. So I even learned how to set boundaries with my own mom. And you would think that would be very difficult to do. But my relationship with my mom has gotten way better because of that. My relationship with everybody has gotten better because if I'm going to set a boundary, I'm going to set a rule. You did this and it made me uncomfortable. If you do it again, you're getting the fuck out of my life. Or I ain't talking to you. In my mom's case, you came over without telling me and I'm in the middle of work. If you do it again, I will not let you in the house. I will ignore your calls or texts and you're going to waste gas driving home. And because of that, my mom lets me know when she's coming. I've been able to get work done uninterrupted. The girls that I date and have in my life now, or that like I go on date. Like recently, I was on a first date with a girl on Sunday, and I told her, I told her bye. I said, hey, I said, text me later. And she goes, no, you text me later. So I told her to text me later. Now she's telling me to text her later. I am not going to do that. Why? Because I told her to text me. So I know that in the future, if this girl does text me, she was thinking about me, she more than likely wants to see me. Now, if I didn't say that, if I just said bye or have a good day or something like that, then likely I would be the one to reach out later if I wanted to. But in this situation, guys, I said, hey, you want to talk? You got to text me. That's what I said. So because I made that, because I set that frame, that boundary. No, I mean, it's not like a boundary, but I said, hey, you want to talk? Text me. I'm gonna wait, and if I never hear from her again, that's fine. Going back to that, I started like understanding things. Like I started studying these guys, and a lot of them, and like I started reading other books and whatnot. Like I know I just mentioned like a lot of dating coaches, but I started reading other books from like other coaches, and a lot of these guys were like, dude, I literally help men become better men and teach them how to get what they want in life because I've made these mistakes, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, I've made the same mistakes, and now I help men get what they want in life. And now in this channel, I help men and women get what they want in life. And if that's developing better social skills or having better relationships, that's why I'm filming videos like this, man. Let's walk through like, I'm not gonna give you like a process to setting boundaries because there is no process. I am very firm and assertive. You might be very sweet, and if you're a woman, you're gonna avoid conflict, so you might make a boundary in a roundabout way. That's very nice. That's fine. I'm not saying you got to be a dickhead to these people. We just need to make sure that the other person understands that what they did is not okay. When you set a boundary with somebody, you are literally saying, hey, if you do this and you cross it, we're not going to communicate. If they do something, you tell them once and that's it. So it's more of a mindset, okay? You're not going to set boundaries if you keep having that people pleaser mindset that I had in the past. We need to start reshaping the way that we think. If you constantly think like people don't like me, or I'm never gonna get what I want, or everybody always has a problem with me, like if you constantly think these negative thoughts, then you're always gonna be a people pleaser, because if you do something, you're always gonna think it's your fault, even when it's not. But if you think like I do and you're fucking awesome and that you bring so much value to people's lives, and if they do something and it makes you feel uncomfortable, I don't want to feel bad. I want to feel good all of the time. So if I do something, or if somebody does something to me and it makes me get in my head, if I get anxiety, if I get upset, if it bothers the fuck out of me, I don't want that experience. I don't want it. Okay? So in that case, that when that feeling comes, it's going to keep happening if you don't cut it out. In order to do that, we have to make sure that the other person knows that what they did is not okay. Now, in some instances, you don't need to give them a chance. Okay? Like if you're dating a girl or you're dating a guy or you're talking to a friend or whatever, an acquaintance, and they do something, then you can give them a warning. But in some cases, if somebody, like if it's if you're dating a new girl or a new guy, or if you're talking to like an acquaintance, like somebody you only see out in public, and they do something one time, you don't need to set a boundary. Just say, hey, I didn't like that. Hey, you don't even need to talk to them. Just don't ever speak to them again. That's really it. You just don't need to speak to them. You don't need to tell them anything. So the mindset I want you to have is understand this, man. Like when you tell somebody that, when you set a boundary, and setting a boundary is really just saying, like, you just tell them, hey, this is what you did. I didn't like that. Please don't do it again. Now you can word it differently based on the situation, but there's a framework. You did this. I didn't like it. Don't do it again. Okay. You don't need to add on any extra. Like if you do, I will never speak to you, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to. All right. But they need to know, hey, this is what you did. I didn't like it. Or this is what you did. I didn't like it. Don't do it again. Let's talk about why you don't want to like be too nice about this. Okay. Because if you do have that people pleaser mentality, like I had in the past, remember, I'm trying to reshape your mind that's the promise. I'm going to teach you how to get what you want in life. And that's people that don't make you feel like shit. So if you still have, like, if you're too scared to set a boundary, or you're too afraid to get into conflict with somebody, especially if you're a woman. Well, if somebody does something you don't like, you can either, you don't even have to sit up, you don't even have to tell them, you can just ignore them. Silence speaks louder than words. So if somebody did something to you and you don't like it, just ignore them. Now, if you're like in a relationship with them, you can't do that. You're going to have to communicate. But that's what I'm saying is like some people don't deserve to be told, what they did you didn't like. You just ignore them. But if doing this is uncomfortable to you, this is why I'm filming this video, because if somebody does something you don't like and you instinctively want to apologize for doing it, even though you know you did nothing wrong, they're just upset. If you don't cut this, like if you don't like set that frame and that boundary right now, you are going to keep inviting people into your life that can hurt you, that can manipulate you, that can walk all over you, that are going to take advantage of you, that are going to, did I say hurt you? I think I did. You're going to keep inviting these people into your life. This is why you see men, especially women, getting into and staying into emotionally or physically abusive relationships, sometimes even sexual, because to them, that's normal and they don't know what life is like outside of that. But I'm trying to tell you, when you start cutting these people out of your life, you're going to notice you are going to naturally start becoming happier. Now, for the girls, because I've been seeing this big on Facebook recently, I'm not saying that if a man does something one time or if he shows a red flag one time that you got to immediately cut it off. People aren't perfect, and I have seen women on Facebook take that to an extreme, and that's going to ruin any chance they have of getting into a good relationship. If that's when you would say, hey, this is what you did, don't do it, okay? But to cut a guy off or a girl off just because they did one thing one time, that can be a little, now depending on what it is, that's what I mean. Like if it's like if she's been married 4 times and now she's divorced, that's a red flag. I would never get into an official relationship with that girl. If he's abused his last girlfriend, like if he told you like, yeah, I beat her, I would stay away from that because he's probably going to do it to you. You see what I mean? But like if he like was late to like a dinner date one time, that you can just say, hey man, don't be late again, please. Then you can test him. All right. But what I'm trying to tell you is like when you literally, if somebody asks you to do something, if they ask you to do something, tell them no. If they ask you to do something and you don't want to do it, just tell them no. You don't need to explain yourself. Just say, hey, I don't want to do that. I've got other stuff. Sorry. Don't even apologize. Hey, I don't want to do that. Right? Like if I remember, like if we look at like my relationship with this last girl, there were times where I was at home working and she asked me if I could go out of my way to go to the post office and drop off some Poshmark stuff for her, and I would agree to do it. Even when I was busy, I would just say, yeah, I'll find the time to do it. And I would go and do it. So I would like do enough work for the day. And then, okay, I think I've done enough. I'm going to go do this for her because I said I would. When I should have told her, babe, listen, I've got a lot of stuff to do today. But I'm trying to build the business. I'm sorry, but I can't do it today. Maybe another time. That's what I should have said. But I tried to make her happy, thinking that I had to say yes to everything. And that's what I want you guys to understand is that if somebody asks you to, like, if they did something you don't like, I told you, fucking, you got to cut that off, like set a frame, set a boundary. But if they ask you to do something and you really don't want to do it, just tell them, hey, I'm sorry, but I don't want to do that. Hey, I've actually got a lot of stuff today going on and I'm not going to have the time for that. Just whatever. You basically just have to tell them no. And again, all of this, if you're so used to saying yes to everything to please them, like I did, all of this is going to be hard in the moment. But you guys are going to see the more you do it, the happier you're going to get. You're going to have more time for yourself. You're going to have more people in your life that respect you, that want to please you. You're going to be less stressed. You're not going to be like the people that would get upset at you. You're going to weed them out. Like they're just the people that get upset because they're so fucking insecure. They're not going to be in your life. Like for example, if I have a girl that like, let's say this girl that I'm texting right now, like let's say she's been pretty consistent at getting back to me a couple times a day. That's awesome. But let's say all of a sudden she takes like 4 or 5 days to get back to me, and then she comes back around with some excuse like, oh, sorry, I've been so busy. But 4 or 5 days have gone by. From my experience, that is not a girl worth talking to. I won't even reply to it. I won't even reply. I'm not playing these fucking games. I might have in the past, but that level of communication, that's disrespectful. I am trying to get to know you, and we are texting, we're talking, and if you take a couple days to respond back to me and you just say like you're busy, if it's not like a genuine excuse, and even then, if 4 or 5 days go by, dude, they had plenty of time to get back to me. That's what I mean. That does not work for me. That is not what I want in my life. I will not respond back to that. If you want to talk to me, you're gonna have to double text me. But that's like a set of rules that I have. That's a set of boundaries that I have. You are not gonna fucking ignore me for that long and think I'm just gonna be okay with it. I'm not gonna blow up on you. I have my red receipts on. I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna delete the text, or I'll just leave it on red. And I've done that to 2 girls that I know of right now, and they like still watch my stories on Facebook and Instagram, and I just haven't heard from them again. It just tells me that they don't care enough to keep in contact with me. That's what I mean, is I don't want to be with women that don't really want me in their life. If a girl really likes you, this is dating Mitchell talking, if she really likes you, bro, women are on their phones all the time. Mine is literally right here. She has 30 seconds to get back to you, okay? But that's the setting boundaries is just, if they did something you don't like, you got to tell them no. And you got to make sure, no matter how you say it, you just got to make sure you did this, I didn't like it, don't do it again. Or if it's not worth giving them another opportunity, just fucking ignore them. And if they tell you to do something that you really don't want to do, or it would like push you, like it would like slow your progress on other things, you know what I mean? Tell them no. Just tell them no. Hey, listen, I got stuff to do. I can't do that. Can you please get somebody else? Or hey, can you find a way to do that? I can't. And if they push back, oh my God, listen, I'm going to be so busy, I don't want to listen. I'm sorry, but I'm busy too. I'm not going to do it. I will help you later if I have the time, but right now I don't. Okay. Just remember, we're trying to keep frames. Okay. All boundaries and frame and setting and saying no, all it is, this is what I want in my life. I don't like that. I don't want to do it, but they want you to do it. We want them to agree to come to you. Okay, you don't want to do it. That's fine. We're on good terms. I'll get somebody else. That might have been a bad example. I'm just trying to help you guys understand that no matter what happens, if it just do not cave and change your life to make somebody else happy. Hopefully I got the point across in this video. If you do, like, comment, and subscribe. Listen, I want to make an offer. If you are somebody right now that is genuinely serious about just becoming more social, more extroverted, more like confident, you want more and better relationships with people in general, romantic or not, I can help you do that. I am so fucking good at helping people achieve this kind of outcome. I know I can help you. I have a new 8-week one-on-one coaching offer, and I'm only taking on 3 clients right now for absolutely free. The reason why I'm only taking on 3 without even explaining is because I want to make sure I can get you the fucking results that I'm promising you. So you're going to get my phone number. You can text me, call. I am literally going to work with you every single day for this 8 weeks to make sure that you become the person I'm sitting here telling you that you're going to become. But if you're going to waste my time and you're not looking to change, don't book a call with me, because if I find out that you're not serious, I will hang up on you. Now, because this is free, this will go by fast. After that, it's going to be $19.97 to work with me. So don't miss out on this. Click that link, go and watch that video. And if you think I can help you, book a time to speak with me. And if you want to improve your social skills for free, check out one of these 2 videos right here. Hey, see you guys in the next one.